we go. What's going on, everybody? This is Alvin J, the most passionate non-doctor on the internet, and today we are talking about how long it takes to recover from these diseases, because if you listen to the hospital, they'll tell you guys full well. Take a look up here. You guys will see, if for cancer, you got a lifetime sentence. For diabetes, you got a lifetime sentence. And basically for almost anything like autoimmune diseases, you got a lifetime sentence. So does that make any sense? I highly doubt it, but most people are living their lives as if this is true. Oh, all you can do is manage it, they said. All you have to do is take these pills for the rest of your life. Later on down the road, we promise we'll get you some surgery, but that's what we got for you right now. Okay, so just hang on, all right, until the end of your life, and that you'll be totally fine, even though your life will end prematurely. All right, so I doubt if anybody wants that, but that's what they're telling you in the hospital without telling you in the hospital. So let me see here. We got Jennifer in the house. What's going on? We got Otis Fagan. We got David Polton. All right, we got some regulars up in the house. I love it. All right, Jeffrey Jones coming in. I love it. Those of you who are coming in right now, don't be afraid to hit the like button right below this, because what we're doing is actually giving you guys advice that you guys can actually use here in real time, so that you can take care of your health and not listen to people just because they wear a white coat and they're wearing a stethoscope around their neck. Okay, now here's the thing. Anytime you have a metabolic condition, they're telling you it's going to take a lifetime to treat it. If that was the case, and that is true, I don't know about that, because it doesn't make any sense for anybody to have something that you did not have before, meaning you developed it, and then all of a sudden they're telling you, now that you've caught it, you're stuck with it. Now, one of the only major diseases that I know of that you cannot get rid of are, and I'll list these two, HIV and herpes. Okay, so once you get those, you're stuck with them. Okay, now, though, even then, that's not even true, because according to the medical community, that's true. But when you talk to people who really know how to get rid of this stuff, and somebody who's willing to go through a lengthy protocol to get rid of it, you can get rid of HIV too. You can get rid of herpes too. All right. Remember, it's called herpes zoster virus. Viruses can be killed. Okay. Doesn't mean they have to stay in your body forever. You just have to stop the mechanism by which they spread, or kill the virus itself. Okay, so people that think that that's hard to do. And if you keep listening to the news, if you keep listening to your doctor, if you keep listening to your offhand physician, then yes, okay, it is impossible. But if you start looking at your body, how it works, and what we have available to us, there's more than one way to get rid of all of those. Not just one miracle way. Oh, it's a Hail Mary. No. None of that. Okay. There are multiple ways to get rid of every single metabolic disease that you can think of. Okay. So there we go. Oh, look at this. We got Everett O'Neill. We got Ronnie Williams in the house. Sharon's Poetry Corner. I love it. Lisa West back in here. All right. Lambs. I see you back in. Okay. I love it. Now, we have a question already. So thank everybody for coming in. If you guys haven't already, hit the like button on here. Now, let me see. Everett O'Neill says, what do you think about the 80-10-10 diet? Now, I have not heard of that. So what are you splitting? What's the 80-10-10? What are you splitting up? So put what they stand for, and then put the slashes in there so I can understand the question. So good stuff. Good stuff. All right. So D. Kelly. All right. So I like that. Hello. All right. Charla back in the house. I love it. Okay. How's everybody doing? All right. It's a lovely Friday. We're back on our regular schedule, and we go live at 3:45, which is the time right now. Okay. So thank you guys for coming in. Thank you guys for joining me. And I just want to tell you that we are talking about disease and how to get rid of disease in this case. Okay. Now, when we're talking about these things up here, you guys should know something special about your body. Okay, your body has a 10-to-1 recovery ratio, meaning that if you abuse it for 10 years and take care of it for 1, your body goes all the way back to normal. Did everybody get that? You have a 10-to-1 recovery ratio. If you abuse your body for 10 years, or organ or skin or whatever, and you bring it all the way back, you can bring it all the way back to normal in 1 year. Okay. Now, that includes the ratio is constant. So if it's 10 months that you abused it, take care of your body for one, and boom, it comes all the way back. So this is what I did. Okay. I have abused my body for 10 weeks. All right, 10 weeks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to get rid of all the damage that I did to my body in 10 weeks in 1 week. All right, so we're going to test this out for you. Okay, so I got videos that I'm going to post. I'm going to do what do they call it? A collage video, a time lapse, probably something like that. A time lapse video where you guys can actually see how I'm actually going to do this. Now, I don't per se want to lose weight because I go off how I look, not by how much I weigh. Because if I lift weights and I start doing like push-ups, squats, stuff like that, and using equipment, the muscle will build up, and then I will weigh almost the same, but I'll look a hell of a lot better, and the fat will go away. So that's what I'm trying to do as far as this is concerned. Now, I am going to do this healthily, so I'm not going to count the first 3 days because I'm going to do a water fast in order to reset everything in my body. All the body systems will have to readjust to a ketosis energy cycle instead of a glycolysis a sugar cycle. Now, if you guys don't know what glycolysis cycle is, it's called the Krebs cycle in your body. You use carbohydrates and sugar in order to power or fuel your body. When you don't have those, you switch over to, after 12 hours of not eating sugar or eating anything, you switch over to ketosis, which you burn fat for energy. Okay, so we're going to be doing some magical stuff when it comes down to it. So let me see here. Papa Funk is in the house. David Polton. Let me see. David says 80% carbs, 10% fat, 10% carbs. 80% carbs? Really? All right. So now I wouldn't advocate that. I know some other people would, but I wouldn't advocate that because carbohydrates are the only food staple that you do not need to live. Now, can you use it as phytofuel, meaning that your body can use it even though it doesn't need it? Okay. Can we use it for that? Yes. Okay. So our body we have a glycolysis cycle. So yes, of course we can. But do you need it? No. All right. Now, if you do 80% carbs, 10% fat, 10%, that means your body's going to be living off sugar. That means any sugar, and I mean the smallest amount, that you don't use for exercise or to run your physiology will automatically turn into fat. And that fat is fat that is hard to get rid of. All right. Now, I know all about that because I was a sugar head. All right. I still kind of am a cookie monster. So, yes. All right. That's one of my favorite things ever is a nice, soft, fresh baked cookie, So, yes. So, yep. I have to say I couldn't agree with it, but I'm sure some people are losing weight on it, but I'm sure you're not gaining health on it. So I'll say it like that. Okay, let me see here. Everett O'Neill says, it's a vegan diet. Okay, that's Everett. Oh, I just answered. Okay. The purpose of it is to fight bad. It fights bad. Fight bad about disease and reverse it. Okay, now, anytime somebody tells you that carbs reverse disease, that's absolutely and blatantly false. Because anytime you feed a cancer or any disease sugar, you make it worse. So I can say that probably worked for about 0.00001% of the population. But if we're talking about getting rid of the disease, and most cancers especially are yeast-based, I don't see how that's possible. I really don't. Let me see. All right, now that's profound. It means I need to work on bringing my health up to speed for 30 years. There you go. Now, I mean business. It's absolutely true about our body and its recovery ratio. So it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Now, let me see here. And I'll give you guys an example. When we had the young ladies who are actually in the diabetes course, they had diabetes for decades. I mean, 15, 20, 25 years. So when we came along and their symptoms started disappearing in 10 days, truthfully, I should have needed 2 years to get rid of that. Okay. But the way that I do it, remember, I do everything accelerated. Get rid of cancer, get rid of diabetes, get rid of psoriasis, get rid of rheumatoid arthritis, all of that stuff, I'm not trying to have you guys do a protocol that lasts for a year, because most people can't do that anyway. But if we're talking about getting rid of a disease, I want that shit gone now. So you want to start enjoying your life now. So some of you, you're in a stage 4 cancer. You don't got time to wait a year for the chemo to work, or 2 years for the chemo to work. You're going to be dead in 6 months. So how do you do this? And that's why I've created my protocol, so that we can start reversing cancer in the next 2 days. That's what I'm talking about. I don't know what they're talking about, but that's what I'm talking about. Okay, so yes, let me see here. All right, Everett. David said, Everett sounds like my diet. Almost. I'm eating 65% carbs and 25% fat and like 10% protein instead of what's recommended. Now, if you guys are doing that, remember, protein is about 45 to 65% carbohydrate anyway. So you're really eating way more than the percent that you're actually thinking about, because meat, especially processed meat, has a lot of carbs in it. Okay, so can breathing in hot steam kill COVID-19? Hot steam, yes, truthfully, because and I have to say that's theoretical, because your body gets the sweats and the chills in order to kill viruses, in order to kill bacteria. So that's what the extremes are for. When you guys get real hot and you got to take the covers off when you're sick, and then you have to put the covers on because you get the chills, your body is going to extremes trying to kill the virus or the bacteria. That's the same thing that you're doing. You're going to inhale steam to super heat up your lungs in order to kill something that's inside of it. So theoretically, that should work. However, will it get the deep down ones? Maybe, maybe not. Will it get the ones that escaped your alveoli and are traveling to other parts of your body? Maybe not. But in your lungs, it should do a pretty good job. Now, I would say, because I do this personally, I do the squirts of colloidal silver up there, water and colloidal silver, just boom, and I love it. All right, so it's working out. Everett says, is there any way to get that earthing product that you have that's in the shape of a necklace? My grounding kit. Yes, my wall grounding kit. I can't even remember who. I know the guy. He's a young chiropractor on Instagram, and I got him saved, so I'll see if I can find him. I'll see if I can find him for you. So I'll see if I can look in there. So let me see. David Polton said hydrotherapy has been scientifically proven to kill coronavirus, yet the hospitals refuse to use that method. What they use is less likely to work. No wonder why hospitals have too many deaths. Yes, and they're probably piling people in there as if putting them on a ventilator is going to help them. Okay, now, in order for breathing treatments to help you, you still have to have functioning alveoli, meaning lung gas exchange sacs that work. If you have a virus that is tearing those down, what the hell is oxygen going to do? How can you get the exchange? So it doesn't make any sense, but that's most of the people who died from this pandemic that's going around. Guess what, everybody? Most of them died in the hospital. 62.9% of them have died in the hospital. So yeah, when you guys look up your statistics and all that good stuff, just look at the numbers. Where did they die? How many people died? Now, when I last looked at the stats, which was about 2 days ago, they of course the stats were still that older people were dying the fastest and the most. Kids, there's still some child that's in there. However, when you guys actually look at this and you look at the numbers there, when they said that it was 62.9% of all people died in a hospital, that should have told you that the hospital is not working for them. So what that the emergency room is overcrowded? You can go home and take care of this. So what that people can't get a hospital room? Thank goodness. Go home and take care of it. Okay, so most people who went to the hospital are dead from this pandemic. Duh. All right, so yes. All right, now let me see here. Now, don't get me wrong, everybody. I am never going to make light of somebody's family member dying, because life is precious, even if it's one. Okay, now I will say this: the method by which people believe that something works for them is highly suspect, though. All right, because most people follow direction of people who act like, and I know they got better sense than this, but they act like they have no idea about how human physiology works. And that's scary. Now, when I say stuff like that, it's scary, stuff like that. It's scary for the people because I fear for people's lives when they go to the hospital, because the hospital is knowingly putting something in your body they know will make you sick, but it's to keep you coming back because it's a business. Okay, so by definition, business in a business, money comes first, your health comes second, third, fourth, whatever they feel like putting in front of you. Okay, so yes. So let me see here. Ferry says, what's up, Alvin J? This is Andre from St. Louis. Okay, I got you. Andre, what's going on? Did you hear about the nurse that was in New York City that was helping with the virus from Florida? She said that people were coming in with breathing problems because in the COVID-19 stress, the people were come in, they would give them the COVID-19 test, came back twice negative, put them up under the ventilator and they died. I will send it to you. Now, that's true, because what they try to do is, because you can clean or swap out the face mask and the tubing. You cannot, every time a patient comes in, clean the inside of the ventilator, which is what they have you do with your home ventilator after a few weeks, but you're the only one using it, so you can wait a few weeks. If you got somebody coming in with a deadly disease, a respiratory virus that is coming in, you cannot just switch out the tubes, but they don't have time to clean out the machine and run it through its cycle so they clean. So they just stick a new tube on there, act like it's sterile, take the little paper and plastic off the tubes, and oh yes, it's new, but the machine isn't. So yeah, so it's kind of crazy. Yeah. Now, Andre, I did hear something about that. Yes. So crazy stuff. But that's why people are wondering, why are they dying even if we're giving them 100% oxygen? It's because the machine could be tainted. And I'm going to guess that most of them are. All right, now, let me see. Dave Poulton said, I went out in sunlight, hydrotherapy, high vitamin C intake, extra water, steam treatment, aromatherapy, exercise. I had no coronavirus symptoms. Oh, look at that. Dave went all the way. So he basically concocted a protocol in order to combat the pandemic. Oh, yes, that's pretty good. That's pretty good, David. All right, congratulations. I got to clap for that. David, that was awesome. All right, so that's some stuff I would do. Yes. Now, the only thing I'm not getting right now is my regular exercise, because I used to go to the gym all the time early in the morning. And now, because all the gyms require you to wear a mask and I don't want to breathe fibers when I'm working out, now I have to work out at home, which I have no equipment. So I'm going to have to make up or find some routines to do at home because I feel the best when I'm working out. My brain works faster. I've noticed that my brain has slowed down a little bit since not being able to work out, and I don't like that. I don't like that at all. So I want to try to get something in. So hey family, Angela, fantastic. I remember that name. Eat, play, decorate. I remember that one too. All right, my aunt's fever associated with COVID needed Advil to break it, but Tylenol actually increased the fever. I see. Now you guys, please do not take pills to break a fever. If you want to break a fever, your body does that on its own, even when you take a pill. Okay, so don't think the pill is going to break your fever. Now, when you guys actually have a pill, and it appears that way when you give somebody a whole bunch of drugs, because now you up your stress response. It's got nothing to do with the pill. You just gave yourself a poison inside of your body, and now your adrenal glands have to kick in, and now your glutathione kicks in, and all of a sudden the fever breaks because your body realizes it's at an emergency, and all of a sudden it will have to change your physiology so you don't die. Okay, so that's the thing that people are never going to tell you about how your body operates in response to a negative stimulus that is included or introduced into your body. Now, as far as the Tylenol, or actually increasing her fever, Tylenol is the worst drug you could probably ever put in your body, and you should probably never do that. Now, in any case, if you take that pill, the Advil, the Tylenol, you're going to notice that your joints start hurting. They start aching. You're going to notice that your brain slows down. You're going to notice that you have nerve trouble. And that's because when toxins from pills build up in your body from pharmaceuticals, what they have to go somewhere. And they're going to go to your blood, your nervous system, your bones, your tissue, your liver. They're going to go everywhere that your liver sends them. So what's going to happen? They're going to accumulate. And when they do, they sometimes make it better, like with the Advil, and sometimes they're going to make it worse, like with the Tylenol. So it just depends on what your body can handle and what it cannot. However, anytime you put a pill into your mouth, just realize you are accumulating byproducts, aka poisons, in your body, and that's going to hurt you. Period. Okay, so let me see. Angela fan, can't wait to get your book. Just ordered it yesterday. Angela, thank you for that. All right, very good. I don't even have it. Let me see. Let me grab it. Okay, everybody. So what Angela is talking about is this book, which, oh, look at that. It matches look at that. It almost matches. Now, what you got, this is the one she ordered. Eat butter, smoke marijuana, kill cancer, and live to 100. That's the book that she's talking about. Now, in this book, I wrote this, and I make sure everybody knows it's in large print. So you can finish this quite easily, mark up the pages, stuff like that. And this is just one of the 8 I got sitting over there. But yes, this is what we got. And these books is sitting on top of my old typewriter. Yes. Now, the reason I put this out is mostly to get rid of cancer, but I do mention other things like diabetes, how to get rid of like menopause, problems with menopause, endometriosis, stuff like that. I do mention that stuff in the book and how to remedy stuff like that, because a lot of you are believing what the medical industry is telling you because you are trained to submit to authority. Now, I used to, because I used to think, oh, this must be the only way to fix something. However, when I find other ways and I realize that one institution is completely ignoring those ways, that means that they're not getting the whole picture, nor do they want to. So therefore, I had to come up with my own and start questioning everything. And that's basically what this book is about, questioning everything. Now, I want you guys to take a look, okay? It is not a thick, ugly textbook that is going to take you 8 million years to read. It is nice. It is condensed. It's pretty good, but it's nice. It's condensed and it has larger text. Everybody see that? It has larger text, so you guys can read the pages quite easily when you get this. Now, the picture, I do have pictures in there. Everybody don't think it's all text. So you can see there, boom. Section 4, what does that say? Section 4, you suffer from any of these, profit above all, fuck your health. That's one of the chapters. Profit above all. So it's just telling you guys how I feel about making money when it comes to saving a human being's life. All right. So if you guys don't have the book yet, some of you, I know probably half of you already got it. So those of you who bought it, thank you very much. I really do appreciate it. I only wrote this because I was trying to help people with their health, with getting their life back, all that good stuff. I am not writing a book in order to make profit, in order to become a millionaire. If that happens, hey, it's cool. I'll take it. However, when I find one person who, like one young lady had my book laying next to her coffee, and she took a picture and put it on Instagram, right? Several ladies put it on Facebook, right? When they did this, and that's what I get joy out of, because they're actually reading the damn thing. They're getting the benefits from the damn thing. Okay. That's why I wrote it. I want to help people. That's why I do free lives, because I want to help people. So it's not all about trying to get $1 or make sure that you guys pay for every single thing. It's not that. If you want to take one of my courses, those cost money. But as far as you guys asking questions and trying to get the most out of a problem that you're having right now, I'm happy to answer the questions. I'm happy you guys bought the book because it's going to help you. So yeah, I have to give it up for those of you who bought the book and are putting it into use. Thank you. The first 100 people that actually bought my book, I actually signed theirs. So I actually had them, and I actually sent them out of my house. I actually signed theirs. So yeah. Okay. Now, let me see here. Oh, look at this. They've enslaved you. Yes. Me banana tree. Yep, that is correct. So they think the government is their friend. Now, most people think the government is pure evil. No, they're not. Because if that were the case, everybody would just fall in line behind the red-headed idiot that is leading our planet, our country, and everybody would have lost everything. Okay, they could have said that. Now, I don't believe that is the case because I think there are some people who are in government positions who want to do good for us, the people. Now, do we hardly ever benefit from it? No. All right. So because it's not designed that way. You see, some people just found this out this year, like in the last 2 weeks, because they keep calling the United States a republic. That's what it's always been, a republic. In a republic, once you vote in people, after they're in, they don't have to listen to a damn word you say. All right. It's not a true democracy. True democracy means you ask the people everything. It's not a true democracy. It's we elect the leaders and you trust them to do what they're going to do. Now, the leaders are representative of the country. So why do we get somebody like Trump who is unqualified to run a country, but in essence, they think, anybody can run the country. Yeah, well, when you got advisors and stuff like that behind you, generals who can run the military, when you got a chief of staff who basically runs the White House for you, and you can just sit there and basically just sign bills. All right, if that's the case, then yes. But when it comes down to a big decision, the president has to make it, and that means that he now has to have character in order to carry out a function that works best for all of us. Not half of us, not a fourth of us, not your rich fucking friends. All right, everybody. And that doesn't happen. And on top of that, he has made no qualms about the fact that he's racist. He won't even deny that. So when we get to talking about the government, I have a lot of opinions. And if somebody doesn't like my opinion, that's cool. All right, I'm not gonna curse you out because you don't agree with me. That's what makes America great. You can believe what you believe, I'll believe what I believe, and guess what? We can still eat dinner together. But nowadays, people are like unfriending each other and losing friendships because of politics. Nope, I'm never going to let that happen. So if my family doesn't agree with something and we talk about it, I'm not going to let you walk out of the room as if you're a 12-year-old child and, oh no, I just can't deal with this. Y'all don't believe what I believe, so I'm leaving. No, I got to leave. You guys know what? That's like a child who is 6 years old and your mom and dad say, listen, you are going to do what we say and you're going to like it. And why, mom? Why do I have to listen to you? Because I said so, damn it. What? And you see the little kids, I'm going to my room. All right. First of all, you don't run away from black parents. You'll end up dead. All right. Now, here's the thing, everybody. Notice how the situations are the same. The kid runs off because he doesn't like what his parents said, and you run off because you don't like what somebody said about politics. It's the same response. It just seems more mature because you're older, but it's the same childish response. You can't sit there and take it because you're wrong. Okay? That's the thing. You got to learn how to be wrong and say, you know what? I was wrong and you were right. That's all there is to it. Can we go eat dinner? Yes. All right. So I got to say, let me see. Let me see here. Oh, I like that. Big Woo back in the house. Big Woo says the white coat mafia only wants to sell you pills and stuff their pockets. Of course. Remember, Big Woo, I'm going to tell you this. They got medical bills from medical school, 200 to 500K in debt they just put themselves into. That's running with interest. They have a wife who's divorced them and she's going to take half. They got to pay taxes on all that money. And then all of a sudden, when you really get down to it, they got overhead, they got office expenses. So they're doing their best to fuck you out of your money. Their best. So yeah, they got to make up that cash flow somehow because they are always, because you got to, after you get through with school, that's not the only debt you're in. You got to open your office. You got to work for a hospital. You got to hire staff. You got to buy equipment. When you do all that stuff, you fall further and further into a hole. Now you got to charge people obscene amounts of money in order to make your profit back. That's why they'll never tell you, oh no, you don't have cancer. No, come on in to our suite and use our $120,000 chemo radiation machine. Please take these pills, these chemotherapy pills that cost $800 a pop. Please. All right, because they are trying to get you to pay off that student debt, to pay off that office expense, to pay off that overhead. They're trying to do it to you. Yes. All right. Let me see. Anna McPherson. All right, back in the house. Okay. Anna says, where can I get your book? They sell it on Amazon. Anna, they sell it on Amazon. So if you guys go to Amazon, you'll see right now it's on there. The cover, bam, looks like that. All right, almost similar to that one. So yes, it was psychological. See, I wasn't even thinking about my book, and that came out. I love color dispersion. I love it. All right, now. Let me see. Mr. Memos. All right. John Memos. What's happening? Trump is unqualified. Yeah, he definitely is. Yes. Now, when everybody starts quitting on you and everybody, see, the people who helped him out, they should have known he backstabs every single person that has helped him out. And as soon as they say something that's a little bit about what he doesn't agree with, he's like, F them, fire them. Nope, you're not my friend anymore. Don't talk to me anymore. I don't want to have anything to do with you. You're dead to me. All right. Now, if that ain't the equivalent of a 7-year-old child throwing a tantrum, I don't know what is. All right. So, yeah. All right. So I got to say it. Now, let me see. All right. So Big Woo says the one that's been elected is definitely a racist. Yeah. I know. Yeah. Now, you could tell that by that response from the people overtaking the Capitol. You could tell the response from that. Let me see. Aqua Candela. Trump promised to hold big pharma accountable, but ended up militarizing it instead. Of course. Yes. I mean, it doesn't surprise me at all. Because I knew the man's character at day one. When he stepped into the office, people are like, oh, maybe it's not that bad. Yeah, it is. Because he never admitted himself that he was smart. But when he got into office, when he said, yes, we've got people with the biggest brain, we got people with the biggest brains, I was like, you serious? You unmitigated rich racist jagoff. Yes. All right. Two specialists believe my hormonal imbalance may be a result of psychological factors, meaning how I feel and think about myself affects my hormone. But one person claims only diet and injections can change. Okay. Can. So basically make a change in your conditions, your hormonal imbalance. Now, truthfully, both of them are correct because the way that you think releases certain hormones, endorphins, enzymes in your body, and that can lead to a stress response. The stress response leads to real physical issues that happen in the human body called the stress triad. So now, because of that, food and diet will also help that because it helps balance out some of the things that you don't have. So like if you start taking multivitamins, eating fruits and vegetables, you will always have your cofactors, your hormones, your enzymes. You'll always have your neurotransmitters. You will always have those things available to you. Therefore, because you never have a shortage, it's easy to get rid of weight. It's easy to get your psychological issues together. It's easy to balance out your hormones. However, when people have hormone imbalances, the first thing that kills glands, it was one major one I had. Endocrine disruptors. I'm trying to think of it. It slipped my mind. It's going to come to me any minute. All right. So when you have endocrine disruptors that interrupt your the secretions of your hormones, those as well are going to be real bad for you. That's going to be real bad for you. And I think that's what's actually going to be causing it. But that can be caused psychologically or by a bad diet or taking in certain free radicals that mess with your brain tissue, your liver, stuff like that. So, okay. So it just depends. All right. So Mr. Mims, true, my brother. Okay. All right. I agree. He is a 7-year-old. Now, Aqua says, Trump pointed Pfizer lobbyists to the FDA just before Pfizer and Moderna applied for their emergency approval. Nothing at all sketchy to see there. All right. Yeah, exactly. But it doesn't shock me. Doesn't shock me at all. Nothing does anymore because the more you do research and the more you look at history, you realize that this has been going on the whole time and there's nothing new about it, which is why he feels like he can get away with it too. But he's so blatant about it and he just doesn't have the intelligence that he doesn't even have the intelligence to try to hide it. He's just like, yes, I'm Donald Trump and I can get away with anything. All right. Yes. No, we have the best people. Yes, I'll find the best people. All right, now it says, Ferry says, can I find a book on Audible? I think you can. I think I did upload it to Audible. I think I did. So the audio version, I'm not sure. I think Audible is owned by Amazon. So I think it is on there. I think it is because I do have an audio book. I do have an audio book. Yeah. All right. Let me see. Maya. So we got Mia or Maya. Maya. Okay. It says, how long should we do the protocol to heal rheumatoid arthritis or any autoimmune issue? How often to flush the colon and the liver, and what would be considered too much? Now, truthfully, with a saline wash, you only want to do that like once a month. For the coffee enemas, if you're going to do a coffee enema, you can do that every 2 hours if it's severe. If it's not, you can narrow that down to maybe 2-3 times a week, okay, until it's gone. Now, when you say how long, there is no definitive date. Everybody's different. So some people, it'll take 3 weeks, it'll be gone. Some people, it'll take 3 months, and then it'll be gone. Other people, maybe on the outside 4 months, okay? But it's not. It should not take any longer than that because with autoimmune disease, all you're trying to do is flush your tissues, flush your glands, flush your organs. The organs that are hardest to flush are the ones that are super dense, like your liver, your pancreas, your thyroid. Those are the most dense ones that you have. So those are the hardest to clean out. Now, the brain is packed, super dense. However, it expands and contracts based on you waking up, going to sleep, waking up, going to sleep. So it has, even though it's super dense itself, it has lymphatic vessels inside of it that cause it to expand, and it can clean itself quite easily. So we don't necessarily have to worry too much about cleaning the brain unless your lymphatic system or your circulation in your lymphatic system is poor. Then we got problems with the brain. Okay, so yeah. Let me see here. Everett O'Neill, will colloidal silver help rid a cough and upper respiratory infection? If it's viral or bacterial, yes. Yes, it will. Viral or bacterial, colloidal silver takes care of both. So yes. Now, when you're trying to get rid of something that is respiratory or something like COVID, something like that, if that is the case, I squirt. So I have a mixture of purified water and colloidal silver. And I usually do, for me, this is for me, so you guys got to find out your own by trial and error. But for me, I do about 2/5 colloidal silver and the rest is water. So 3/5 water, 2/5 colloidal silver, so 40% to 60%. Now, when I do that, I'm putting that in a squirt bottle so I can just squirt it up my nose, okay? Because I want it to go directly to my lungs. So, and I do that every once in a while. When I go out and I'm exposed to a lot of people who could have had this pandemic, then I will go and come home, right home, and do the squirt just to make sure that if it is in my lungs, I'm sending something in directly after it to immediately assassinate it. So yes. So yes. Now, thanks. I took your advice and I used the colloidal silver, oil of oregano, vitamin C, along with vitamin D and multivitamin I was already taking. Virus gone in a few days. Cilantro and veggies only. Very Tabitha. Very good. All right. I got to give it up. Tabitha, I got to give it up for you. That was magnificent. That was magnificent. Now, even though I suggested it and I know it works, so that's good stuff, I want to say that Tabitha did the work on this, okay? She's the one who actually hunkered down, she braced, and she actually said, okay, dang it, I want to eat a cheeseburger, I want to eat pizza, I want to eat cake and cookies, but my health is more important, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to eat the fruits and the vegetables only and do my hyper, meaning excessive mineralization to make sure my body has everything. So if my body needs to kick something out, it can kick it out. If I need to absorb something, I can absorb it. And my colon is clean because now whatever I take goes directly into my bloodstream fast and it starts doing its job. Okay, all your hormones, neurotransmitters, your cofactors. Okay, that's what we need. Okay, working inside the body. Very nice, very nice. Okay, so I have to give it up, Tabitha. That is good stuff. Frenchie's giving you a hand too. I love it. Okay, Anna says, what is the best for macular degeneration and cataracts and the retina? Now, I'll separate the last two. Cataracts and your retina. If you take care of your body, your retina and your lens, which is where cataracts occur, they will take care of themselves. Okay, so all you got to do is clean up your diet, take out the acidic foods, take out the processed foods, eat fruits and vegetables, multivitamin, and all that good stuff. Especially for your eyes, vitamin A and beta carotene. That's what you need for your eyes. But once you do that, and you cleaned out your colon so you can absorb them, those two will fix themselves, okay? However, macular degeneration is a condition in which something, which you don't know, but something, unless you get a test, something is blocking your central vision, meaning something is sitting directly in the middle of your eyeball that is stopping the light that is coming into your eye from hitting the retina in the back of your eye. Because of that, okay, I can't directly answer that part of the question because I don't know what it is. Now, if it's something like floaters, stuff like that, if you clean up your diet, eventually your lysosomes will take care of that for you and your vision will slowly come back, okay? But if it's macular degeneration because a portion of your retina has detached and now you have lost central vision, or that person has lost central vision because of that, that detachment will register as blindness as well. And now you will have to have that surgically fixed. Now, here's the thing. And I'm going to tell you this, okay, because most doctors are going to go right to the surgery. You can fix a retinal detachment without doing anything to your eye. But most people are not willing to stick with it for the 3 to 6 months it takes in order to repair it. Okay, so your eye can repair itself. But most people are like, no, I need to see now. I got to drive a car. I got to go to work. So they elect for the surgery, which is, it is called a laser correction. There you go. It's laser correction because they're going to burn it back down to the basement layer. Okay. So, wow, look at that. So let me see. Why does a vax company get to decide what's safe and effective for the product for their own industry? Exactly. It's supposed to be tested by independent people, independent companies, so that they can really determine the efficacy and the safety of the product. But they don't want you. It's literally illegal to question or look into or do clinical trials on a pharmaceutical thing, even though there's all of 7 weeks of safety testing. And now you're going to disperse it to the entire country. I would watch out for that, people, because if you guys don't know anything about vaccines, go look up the statistics, okay? When you usually get a vaccine, most people have an adverse reaction to it. You're not supposed to, because it's supposed to be a weakened form of the virus. There are too many additives, chemicals, and preservatives in there, not to mention DNA recombinants, bovine colostrum. What else is it? Rodent auger. That it's retarded, but that's what they're using. There was another one. There was one that was disgusting. It was like shrimp. It was like a shrimp auger or something like that. But you're putting this inside of your body, which it has no DNA equivalent inside your body, which means your body's going to treat it as an antigen, a poison inside of your body, an invader, and it's going to want to attack you. That's why you get sick. Now, I want you guys to notice that when you get a real antigen, which is the exact same thing, you will have lifetime immunity, meaning you don't have to worry about it. But when you take things by shots, there's a reason you have to get it every year. It's because it's weak. It's called passive immunity, and passive immunity doesn't last. Okay, so crazy stuff, man. I got to tell you. Okay, so let me see. Everett O'Neill says, please like and subscribe, everybody. Thank you, Everett. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. Now, let me see here. John is back. John, I remember that name, especially your last name. Hello, Alvin. What if I want to get in touch with you directly? John, all you got to do is hit me on the email. I have an email that you can directly hit me at. I'll put it up here. Okay, so let me do this. this. So I'll put it up here in case you want to do it. I'll put it in the chat. There you go. So I just threw it in the chat. It's aj@humanhealthlink.com. So there you go. So just throw it in there for you. Okay. Now let me see here. Facts. Thank you, Queen. I appreciate that. All right. Let me see. I don't have a thyroid. Trying to grow it back though. Would you recommend glutathione as a way to cleanse? Yes. And also the baking soda and water protocol for rheumatoid arthritis. Now, baking soda and water alkalizes your blood, but to flush out, you either need glutathione or you need to take high doses of vitamin C and vitamin D in order to boost your glutathione so you can do it on your own. Okay, so it just depends which one you want to use. Okay, is leaky gut real? Oh yes, because if you take things like if you drink soda all the time, but because it's a bicarbonate, it weakens your stomach acid severely. And now foods that have poisons in them can eat away at your stomach lining. Now that's bad because your acid is always going to come back. And if you have holes, almost weakened areas in your stomach, the acid will eat right through those. And now leaky gut will cause you to have your stomach acid, which is hydrochloric acid, drop right into your abdominal cavity, eat holes into your small and large intestine, and quite possibly, and this is a good possibility, you end up with colon cancer and or malnutrition, because if you have holes in your gut, you can't absorb nutrients. You die from malnutrition. Okay, so that's what I'm trying to educate people on. Yes, you guys have to question to everything, because most times when doctors say something or just prescribe something, I think they know better, but I think it's better to make the money for them. So it is what it is. So good question, Maya. Good question. Okay, let me see. John says, brilliant. All right, so there you go. All right. UK time is sometimes a struggle. Yes, I know. So there you go. So, yep, just email me anytime and I'll check it in the next few days to see when you sent me something. Okay. David Poulton says, during the third clinical trials, experts said that the effectiveness would be no greater than 60%, yet 80% of people reported side effects, including 5% of people life-threatening. It's not for me. I'm agreeing with you, David. I am agreeing with you. All right. Now, if you guys remember, more information about vaccines. Let me tell you guys this, okay? If anybody wants to get vaccines, don't let me talk you out of it. If you love vaccines, if you can't live without it, go get a vaccine, okay? So I'm all cool with that. I don't tell people what to do. I just tell you what I found. Now, let's tell you guys the truth about this. If you guys are getting vaccines, just like David said here, he said, it's not for me. In 7 weeks, what kind of safety testing could you have done? It took 5 weeks to ship it. So really, you didn't do anything as far as safety. So you're just making something and all of a sudden you're just going to disperse it on the American public. Yes. Why? Because you are going to see massive, I think in the next 3 to 5 years, you're going to see massive disease. You're going to see massive deaths. Why? Because you didn't do any safety testing on this, and you thought a one-size-fits-all thing for a population of people who are individualized in their DNA. You thought that giving them all the same thing would have some kind of positive effect? No, it doesn't work that way. That's why when David put this in here, they said it would be 60%. And then it said 80% of people reported having side effects. That means it ain't working. And if you guys are minorities, Black, Mexican, Asian, okay, you should know that for women, I'm going to exclude Black people for right now because we're worse. All right. But it's about 150% for any minority that is a woman. It is about 200% for any minority that's a man. For Black people, for Black women to get a vaccine, your chance of having an adverse effect that will directly affect your health for the rest of your life is not 20%, it's not 30%, it's 300%. And for a Black man, it's 605%. And that's the latest studies. So please, everybody, question everything. They're not doing this for your health. I want you to really think real hard, all right? Think real hard about this. You lose your house. Is anybody from the government coming to save your property? No. You lose your children. Somebody comes and takes your child away. Does the government come to your house? Mm-mm. All right. Your child is kidnapped and taken into sex trafficking. Does the government come to your house and replace the child? Do they give you any money for your child being missing or gone? Nope. All right. And anytime that you fall on hard times, anytime anything happens to your family, anytime that anything happens, are they there to do anything positive to uplift you or your family to make your situation better? No. But all of a sudden, you give a fuck about my health. Sure, jagoffs. Sure you do. Yeah. All right, let me see. Lambs says, wait a minute, I got Eat, Play, Decorate. Here you go. What brand would you recommend for glutathione and bovine colostrum? For the glutathione, I have been using Quicksilver Scientific. That's the one I've been using. I actually have the link right below it, right here. I have the link right below this video. So if you want to cleanse your body of something, okay, especially with these diseases, the pandemic, whatever, glutathione is the universal hormone that is supposed to be created to get toxins out of your cells. That's what it's there for, to literally cleanse your cells. So, yeah, because it's liposomal, meaning that it gets absorbed right under your tongue, it goes into your bloodstream right away and starts working. So now remember, whenever you guys take something from the outside, like glutathione, you have to take the universal cofactor, which is vitamin D. Okay, so get you some vitamin D if you're going to do the glutathione as well. Okay, so make sure. Let me see. Very good. Bovine colostrum. Ooh, I gotta check my history. Let me check it for you. Who is that? Eat, Play, Decorate. Let me check. I'm gonna check my Amazon for that. Okay, so bovine colostrum. Let me go to my orders. Yes. Search all my orders, and that's going to be. Oh shoot! There you go. Okay, let me see. Let me do it up there then. There you go. All right. Let me see if I can find the one oh, there it is right there. All right, I'm going to show it to you. So, Eat, Play, Decorate. Here you go. This is the one I actually bought because it had really good reviews. And when I actually started using this, I could not believe how fast my brain started working. All right, so everything repairs faster on this. Now, I'm going to warn you, because it is like supremely healthy for you, your nails, your hair, and stuff like that, it will start to grow faster. I'm going to warn you about that. But this is the one. This is the one I found. So that's it. So take a look at that one. Okay, that was the one on Amazon. Okay, so it was called Colostrum LD. Okay, Colostrum LD. Proprietary liposomal colostrum powder. There you go. All right, 368, 4.6 positive reviews on Amazon. I love it. I love it. All right, let's see. Prince Bailey says, hi, Mr. Jackson. What's going on, Prince? Love it. All right, thank you for stopping by. I love that. All right, now, let me see here. Did you know the FDA in 1984 stated on Fed Registry any possible doubts whether or not well-founded about the safety of vaccines cannot be allowed to exist? All right, meaning that you are not allowed to research it. You're not allowed to say anything bad about vaccines, do any research studies, stuff like that. Yes. All right. So that is correct. They took away your right to sue for that. As long as they have a schedule, which the schedule can be changed at any time. As long as they have a schedule that they can put you on for vaccines, that's what they can do. Anything they want, give you as many as they want, and you could die and nobody's getting sued. You're not winning anything. Childhood Vaccination Act of 1986 took that right away from you. So, so good one. Way to bring that up. Way to bring that up, Aqua. Now, Lambs. I'm not trying not to say lames, but that's what it looks like. But Lambs says, "Hey, Alvin, I have always suffered from low ferritin. Okay, so levels currently 17 universal gram. Yes." per liter. Normal range is 330 to 200. So you're at 17, so you're low. Okay. And I've had a blood transfusion in the past. I'm due for an iron transfusion, which I hate. Now, I'm going to tell you this. What I just put up on the screen, bovine colostrum, luckily it's still up here. Wait a minute. That helps with almost everything. So I can't say it's wrong. But I'm going to have you look at something called nutritional yeast. Okay, so because if you're lacking your ferritin levels, and if we're talking about blood transfusion, and then you're talking about iron, all of those things are in nutritional yeast. Okay, now if you look on Amazon, if you look at a health store, go to Sprouts, Whole Foods, whatever, they'll have something called activated yeast or nutritional yeast. They're both the same thing. Activated yeast or nutritional yeast. Those have all the iron, all the B vitamins inside of there, and they help incorporate iron so that you can attract oxygen to your blood cells. So that's one of the best things I've ever found for that. One of the best things. Now, don't do things isolated, okay? You still need a multivitamin, okay, which has vitamin D, which will help you incorporate this faster, okay? So once you do this, please, please, please do not drink anything with bubbles in it, okay? Carbonation will leach all of your healthy minerals out of your body, and then they will have no effect. Okay, so do not drink bad sodas. I would get rid of anything processed if you can. Okay, so just make sure, but especially carbonation. It will literally leach out your minerals. So don't stay away from those. Stay away from those. Let me see here. What do we got? Greetings. Do you have the name of the study? Which prestige? Which study? Which study? Can autistic kids use glutathione? Of course. Of course, that's what I recommend for them. Now, remember, to use glutathione, they have to be at least 6 years old. They have to be at least 6. Now, remember, I'm telling you guys what I've known to work in the past on real people. All right. So I'm not a doctor. I can't prescribe anything. I can't tell you guys what to do. I'm just making recommendations as to what I know has worked in the past. Okay. So, yes. Let me see. Frenchie says, yes, right. All right. Good stuff. Thank you, Frenchie. Okay. Let me see. What do we got? If we have to get it at some point by mandatory law, how do we get out of US, aka flush it out of our bodies? Now, you can, okay? So there is a such thing as flushing these out of your body. However, if they're giving you a vaccination, which means they're going to introduce the virus into your body, over time, and it's going to probably take a few years to get it, because once a virus attacks your body, it literally goes inside your cells and incorporates itself into your DNA, meaning you're going to have to wait for that cell to die in order to get the virus completely out of your body, because viruses are not alive. They need your cells parts in order to replicate. Okay, so for that reason. So when we're talking about the flushing of stuff out of your body, flushing of a vaccine out of your body, we can get rid of the metals. We can get rid of the DNA particles, some of them. We can get rid of most of the adjuvants that are in there that are designed to make you sick. We can get rid of a lot of that. However, it's hard to get rid of the virus that they're infecting you with, because it literally binds with your DNA. So that's the hard part. Now, can we keep it in check and keep ourselves alkaline until those cells die? Yes. And now here's the good thing about your body. It usually, in that case, it would probably take like a year, 2 years to get rid of a cell like that. However, your body has a mechanism in which it says this cell is defective. So your cell will literally send out a flag that says, I'm infected, come kill me. Okay, and your natural killer cell is called a T lymphocyte. It will come in there and it will lyse down or kill that cell almost immediately. But it has to get to all of them, which takes time. So that could take weeks up to months. But at least we have that mechanism. Okay, so very good. All right, Jeff Haynes says, hola, Mr. Jackson. A beautiful day in the neighborhood. That it is, Jeff. That it is. All right, Sharon says, thank you, my son is 14, ordering it today. Oh, he's 14, good. He's way over, so good stuff, good stuff. Now remember, vitamin D with that. Vitamin D helps it work better. Okay, let me see. Brand colostrum LD. That is it. That is it. Charcoal. Now, remember, everybody, if you guys could decide to go out and get something I'm talking about, make sure you're not allergic to it. I don't want to see anybody keel over and stop breathing because you didn't check to see if you were allergic. Before you take anything, scratch it, dip something sharp in there and scratch it on your skin. If it turns and bubbles up and it's red, you're allergic. So that could do some damage to you on the inside. Good thing for us, most supplements are healthy for you. Therefore, they're not medicines. They have no adverse effects in your body. But I don't know what will happen with everybody. Okay, so I'm a man enough to say that. I don't know if it will react negatively with that 1% of people. So I always have to give you guys a warning. Okay, so very good, very good. Earl Tomlin says, good evening, sir. What is the best natural remedy to lower my blood pressure? Also, 130/90. That's quite normal, Earl. That's not that bad. Also, how can I keep my A1C around normal range? I also have diabetes naturally, no meds. Thanks in advance. Okay, so Earl, you got two problems. You got high blood pressure and you got diabetes. Your blood pressure could be coming from your diabetes, but it may not be. It could become from blockages in your cardiovascular system. Now, if that is the case, all you have to do is cut out carbonation, beer, soda, wine, whatever. Cut out those. That'll help some of the problem. And then you're going to flush out your system so you don't have poisons riding around in your tissues, your liver, and your colon. And then once you do that, you're going to notice an improvement right away. To completely get rid of the high blood pressure problem, you're then going to have to slowly get rid of those fat plaques. That happens by something called antioxidants. Now, antioxidants mean they come by and they clean off stuff that is stuck to your arteries. Okay, that restores your nitric oxide, so everything starts flowing again the way it's supposed to. Blood pressure goes down. Now, when you want to get those antioxidants, those come in deep colored vegetables and fruits. Red, purple grapes. Okay, blueberries, deep oranges, deep green kale, deep green broccoli, deep green spinach, deep green chard, any color chard really. And I'm going to advocate for you beets because it helps everything happen faster for the blood. Beets, yes. So that's how you are going to get those antioxidants. Now, if you have diabetes, I'm assuming you have type 2. Okay, most people have type 2. If you have type 2 diabetes, this will reverse that as long as you don't intake sugar on a high basis. Okay, now, here's the thing, Earl, I do not want you worrying about. Okay, when you have diabetes, people think that when they eat something, especially something that has sugar in it, and everything does, a sugar or a carb, most diabetics get nervous because they are like, oh, my numbers were at 79. And all of a sudden, after I ate, they shot up to 280. Well, yes, if you ate a carbohydrate, that happens to me too. I don't have diabetes. That happens to everybody. Eventually, it will work its way back down and boom, it'll do it. Now, if you realize, because you take your blood sugar, if you realize that it is staying high after that, now I know your insulin is not working. So because if your insulin is not working, you then have to do exercise in order to burn off that excess sugar. Because if you leave sugar in your blood, you're going to leave insulin in your blood. And insulin will make you fat fast, okay? Because it's literally, you cannot leave insulin in the blood for prolonged periods of time because it'll irritate your walls. The blood vessel walls, the lymphatic walls, it will swell them. And because of that, it'll draw water to the area and your fat cells will exponentially expand. That's why it's so easy to get fat when you have diabetes. It's damage. It's not necessarily what you're eating, it's the damage. So yes, very good, very good. All right, now let me see here. All right, now John says if the virus has replicated or is replicating, then it might not be eliminated at all. Well, your white blood cells are supposed to make sure that that doesn't happen. So when the cells get infected, they immediately, not later, immediately send up the signal that says, come kill me. Now, luckily, if you guys have a good, healthy immune system, and only if, your natural killer cells will come around and kill those on a daily basis. All right, that's why none of us can say you can't diagnose cancer in us right now because we have functioning immune systems. If your immune system were to drop, then guess what? Cancers and viruses, they take over. And then you're sick all the time. You're tired all the time. You can't fight off any diseases, that kind of stuff. Okay. So let me see here. Nutritional yeast is delish. It is. It has a sweet flavor to it. Yes, I'm glad you said that. Maya's tried it. Very good. Truth Freeze is in here. Love it. Quercetin, zinc, good alternatives, and ivermectin for mood high risk CV. High risk CV. Wonder why CDC DOH is not telling us to take vitamin D. Of course not, because you can't make money off that. Nobody's going to pay the government to feed that to you like they do the vaccine, the shots. Yeah. All right. So let me go down here. Wait a minute. Where'd it go? All right. Big Woo says purple veggies are excellent as well. Oh, yeah. I love me some, what's the one that come in my salad? Radicchio. Ooh, deep antioxidant. Yeah, it's radicchio. All right. But beets, I'm telling you, you cannot beat blood cleaning. Well, you can. I got two. Chlorella and spirulina are supreme blood cleaners. Those are my top two. Those two are better. So, yeah, I will say that. Let me see. Milk thistle indirectly helps against insulin resistance. Okay, I've heard. Okay, so very nice, very nice. Milk thistle does because it literally is a fiber that you're putting into your body along with the protein, and it does have nutritional factors. So yes, I will say that. All right, let me see here. All right, Truth Freeze, please don't. Plus, don't forget coconut oils with turmeric. Oh yeah, I like that. Coconut oil with turmeric. Black pepper helps to potentiate many nutrients. Okay, so very good, very good. All right, so it almost acts like a vitamin D. Okay, as far as the black pepper, and black pepper is an antioxidant. It helps clear out your blood vessels. So yes, very nice, everybody. Very nice. All right, so these people are bringing some facts to the conversation. I love it when I don't have to bring all the facts, when everybody knows how and has done their own research, and now they can come in and try to help other people to get on the train that we're on. Oh, I love it. All right, now I'm going to tell you guys, I'm finally going to start doing this cleanse, because I haven't done it, and I can't tell that lie. I just did a cleanse this morning. However, I'm talking about as far as losing the look of being fat. Okay, now I don't like the way I look right now. Okay, I hate it. All right, but it's me, and I got to say I love myself. So I can say I hate the way I look, but I don't hate myself. Oh yeah, I can separate the two. So I want you guys to do the same. You can hate your thighs, but just realize they're part of you, and you got to love all of you. So just realize that in the near future, it's going to change. Just realize that in the near future, it's going to change. Okay, so there you go. Alvin J is our best nutritionist, and let food be thy medicine and medicine be thy food. Look at that. Truth. It's almost like you've read my book, which I think that's in the first chapter. I think I read that. Let me see. Is that in my first chapter? Is that the beginning? Let me see. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Does everybody see that right there? It says a story. Naturopaths versus doctors. Let food be thy medicine and medicine be thy food. Oh, right in the book. Oh, it's almost like you have the book. All right. So good stuff. Good stuff. Let me see. Maya says, why? I have a friend with a hiatal hernia. Doc says no surgery to repair, and she would have to just live with it. Can she fix this on her own? Hiatal hernia, yes, she can. Now, if anybody doesn't know what that is, that's when your stomach is yanked up through your diaphragm. Your stomach sits just underneath your breathing muscle, and the whole thing is supposed to be underneath your breathing muscle all the way over here on the left. Now, sometimes, for some reason, your esophagus will shorten. Okay. And when it shortens, it literally yanks your stomach up and through the hole that's in your diaphragm, and yanks a portion of your stomach up through the diaphragm. Now you got a portion of your stomach hanging above your breathing muscle when it's supposed to be all below. Now, because of that, remember, it did not get there by surgery, so it doesn't have to go away with surgery. Okay. Now, if you guys didn't know, there are special exercises you can do to get rid of a hiatal hernia. Okay. Now, most of them involve things like this. Most people don't know, and I'm going to see. Oh boy, this looks good. All right. Oh, I don't know. I got both. Shoot. Oh no. I gotta see. Oh, I gotta check this. Hold on, everybody. So we'll let me see this here. I'm gonna see, can I do this without any interruptions here? I would like to play a little music, so I'll do that. All right. So I can't play anything that has that's a famous song or a song that's known by an artist because YouTube will strike down the audio and the video. So I'm gonna find you guys something that's decent. Okay. So let me see. All right, it's coming because I got to take care of this right quick. Let me see. Let me see if I got one. Oh, that's terrible. Absolutely horrible. Definitely not. All right, let me see. That's decent. Okay, so let me check this right quick. Let's see. There, there you go. Oh shoot. Gotcha. Thank you. All right. There we go, everybody. So we're finished with it. All right. Very good. So I just wanted to make sure. Okay. Now, we got, oh, look at this. So now, Mia, we were talking about the hiatal hernia. Now, when we have a hiatal hernia, when it's there, you might, not all the time because it's behind your rib cage sometimes, but you might see a bulge sticking right out of the middle, or the rib cage will be like spiked right there. If that is the case, remember your diaphragm moves. So when you breathe in, you suck down your diaphragm. When you breathe out, your diaphragm moves up to push the air out, reverse pressure system. So when that happens, this is what you do. You have the person, and you have to do this for at least 10 minutes a day, okay, just to get it to start moving back down there. So when you breathe in, diaphragm goes down. What you're then going to do is you're going to try to hold the stomach so that when your diaphragm moves up, so you're going to, and then hold, and all right, and that's going to help this start going back down. Now, after that, for 10 minutes, you're then going to, for 10 minutes, put your hands right on the bulge or right where the hiatal hernia is, and then you're going to, and then you're going to, and try to push it in, and push. And you're going to try to push it back down. Now, it's right there. You're literally touching it. So there you go. 10 minutes. Breathe and hold the stomach. Okay. And then 10 minutes. Breathe and push right below the rib cage. You'll feel it where your rib cage, and then you'll feel where it sinks in right there. And okay, and that'll actually help you to get that back down there with exercise instead of surgery. Because if they got to cut open your thoracic rib cage, that's at least 20 grand, at least. Okay, and that's just for the entry. If they find any problems, they got to fix this, fix that, blah. They have to clamp off this, clamp off that. Everything they do is a cost. So it's wild. It's wild. All right, let me see. All right, so Truth Free says 2 types of immunity, adaptive, and Dr. Silver explains it. Aqua, yes. Now, it's called active and passive. All right, but some people say adaptive and passive, meaning that your body is doing it on its own. That's adaptive. So yeah. Okay, so let me see. Do you have a video on allergies and also inflammation and how to overcome that, please? I have allergies. Oh shoot, it's moving on me. I have allergies to all grasses in Australia and suffer from vocal cord dysfunction, closing of the vocals. Oh my. If you have closing of the vocals, that means you can have closing of the breathing tubes, and that could be bad. Okay, so as far as the, wait a minute, did it move again? Okay, lambs. Okay, so as far as the inflammation. Okay, so we're talking about the inflammation due to the allergies. Now, you're talking about in your throat. Now, usually when you have an allergic reaction, it means that your body is hypersensitive to something that should not be there. That could be in your tissues, it could be in your blood, it could be in an organ. I don't know because I don't have a test. Now, if you have any tests or anything like that that I could actually take a look at or something like that, then that would be helpful, or anything you can give me here as far as information. But that's a hard one because allergies can be general. And if I don't have anything specific to go on, you have to know what causes it in order to fix it. Okay, now I'm going to tell you this. Truthfully, I don't have to know what causes it because it's basically an overall protocol. You treat the whole body and usually allergies and stuff like that go away. However, for you, I would recommend a water fast. And I would recommend you do that for 3 days, and I recommend you do it supervised. Now, I only say that because a lot of time people will try to overdo things. Like if you do it by yourself, you go, instead of 3 days, you'll go 10 days, and that could be detrimental to your health if you're underweight, if you don't have the right nutrition, if you, that kind of stuff, it can get ugly. So that's why I say supervised sometimes. But if you do a 3-day, and that's all, water fast, and you're only drinking water, no food, no nothing else, you're not intaking anything else, none of that. No medications. If you're on medications, you can't do a water fast because then all you'll be on is medications, and that will have a much worse adverse effect on your health. So it's a lot of worms to get through, especially with something when we're talking about allergies. But I would recommend after that, if you're going to do the water fast, I would do glutathione after that to make sure that everything was flushed out of your liver, flushed out of your tissues, flushed out of your joints, to make sure that they don't reinfect you with the same thing that you're presently suffering from. Because allergies can go away. It's not like you're stuck with them for the rest of your life. They can go away. But in saying that, would you be open to doing a water fast? Because I think that would be the best and most effective way to get rid of the allergies, and then you start fresh from there. So, yeah, it just depends on that one. That's a hard one because it's general. Let's see. Truth Free says, vaccines always everywhere about Dippo. My 2 cents that are true. All right, so there you go. Let me see. Earl Tomlin says, sir, I do have one more question, which is better to consume, virgin olive oil or black seed oil? That depends on what you're trying to do with them. Okay, because black seed oil is an extreme antioxidant, and it helps you to even get rid of disease like cancer, stuff like that. However, extra virgin olive oil is a supremely healthy fat, a big amino acid that we need. So there's no problem with taking both. But if you want to know the effect that one is having or the other, don't take them at the same time. Okay, you can take the black seed oil at night and you take the extra virgin in the morning, and then you can see which one is doing what as far as your health is concerned. All right, don't ever take anything that you're trying to treat. If you're specifically going after a disease, never take anything together because you'll not know what's working, and sometimes contraindications will have that happen. And then you'll actually make it worse. All right, so don't mix them. Wait at least 2 hours between the two if you're going to take them both. Or you can do one at a time, one for 2 weeks, and then stop that one for a week, and then start the other one the next 2 weeks. Okay, so just to see what the effect is. Okay, so very nice, very nice. I like that. Okay, so Money Machine Gun says, how long should I wait after I do a coffee cleanse to eat? Now, truthfully, I would wait a couple of hours, okay? Because when you do the coffee cleanse, you're colon is activated, meaning that whatever you eat is going to move through your colon a lot faster, and therefore, because your peristalsis is going to be faster, and therefore the food is going to come out almost undigested quickly if you eat right away. So wait a couple of hours, your colon will normalize, and then you're still, because your colon is empty, especially if you do a saline wash. If you're just doing the coffee enema, you should be all good after a couple of hours. But if you do a saline wash, you're always going to feel the slipperiness of the food moving through because nothing else is in your colon. So you're going to feel it moving through like I did this morning. So I didn't eat until 6 hours later, but I still could feel the food going through because nothing's in there. So it's almost like you have diarrhea, but you don't have diarrhea because you can feel it moving through. Yeah. So good stuff. Money. All right. Aqua. Oh, she's talking. Okay. Mia, thank you. Yes. Truth freeze. Aha. There you go. All right, everybody. So I am going to, all right. So Truth is asking bromelain, quercetin, sting nettle, good combo. I don't use quercetin. I don't use, well, and there is some in CoQ10. All right, so let me see. We got bromelain. So I can't say I use that. Bromelain, not quite. No, bromelaquin. Okay, so that's different. No, I haven't tried that one. So I can't speak to that one because I never tried that combination. So I know quercetin and the nettle are good for you. All right. I know they have positive health effects. However, the combo, I'm not sure about. Now, usually it doesn't matter. If it's not a drug, it doesn't, most contraindications don't happen with supplements. There's, what is it, niacin, that actually has a contraindication with a lot of other supplements. So everybody, please, if you can, stay away from niacin unless you're taking it by itself. So take it 30 minutes on either side, and then you can go back to doing whatever you were doing. But don't take niacin with your other supplements. All right, it has contraindications. Okay, so that's the only one. Let me see here. All right, I take antihistamines daily, and oh, look at that. That's why. Okay, having breathing exercises still happens. Thank you. Now, so Lambs, let me know how it goes as far as what you're going to try, what you're going to do. Do you have any idea about what you're going to try or do next as far as trying to rid yourself of these allergies? Because I hate, it sounds like you have a chronic infection that is keeping your allergies going, and that's usually the problem. Now, for you, after you do your water fast, if you're going to do it, if not, I would say use something called oil of oregano, because that's an antibiotic, a natural antibiotic, and see if it will kill the bacteria. That's all it does. It's an antibiotic. It just kills bacteria. See if it'll kill the bacteria in your nasal passages and stuff like that. And then afterwards, make sure you put your probiotics and your microbiotics back by eating like a yogurt, a sauerkraut, probiotic pill, something like that will give you your normal flora back in your gut. Okay, so let me know. Okay, let me see. All right, Denise Rutherford says sepsis. Once you had it, can you get it again? Yes, because that's acute blood poisoning. So your blood can be poisoned multiple times. It's not like a disease. That's something that directly happens to you. That's like if that's just like asking, can you be stabbed again? Yes. So, yep, that is. Okay, everybody. Now, I got to tell you guys, it's been a long time here. All right, we've been in here for 1 hour and 22 minutes, and now it is time to abscond from the property. All right, so what I'm going to do is see you guys next Friday at the same time. All right, it's going to be 3:45, so if you guys can get on, I'd appreciate it. If you can't, just watch the preview, all right? But watch the replay, I'll say that. So just remember, boom, that's what we got, okay? That's what we got. So hopefully all of you are feeling good. You're taking care of yourselves. Thank you guys for sharing your stories and helping everybody else to know that it is possible that even if you have a stage 4 cancer, advanced diabetes, psoriasis, rheumatoid arthritis, if you have anything like that, that means that we can get rid of those. We can get rid of those. Don't give yourself a lifetime sentence by letting doctors tell you there's only one way: drugs, surgery. Come to the hospital and let us make you sicker. I don't like that. Now, remember, everybody, if you have an emergency, break your leg, break your thigh, snap off something, you go to the hospital because that's what it's built for. But metabolic stuff, don't. Ever. Don't. Okay, so that's it, everybody. Let me shout you guys out. We got Truth Freeze, we got Denise, we got Shara's Poetry Corner, we got Kimberly Adams, Maya Gordon. All right, who else? We got Frenchie in the house. I mean business. All right, you guys, thank you for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. Thank you guys for dropping in the love. John Memos. All right, I'm loving your channel, man. You're kind of making me fat, but I'll. I'm still watching your channel. I'm still subscribed. I'm still liking your videos. So I appreciate everything that you do, man. So thank you. Thanks a lot. Prince Bailey in the house. Eat, Play, Decorate in the house. If you guys got a question and I didn't get to it this time, come back next week. Be the first one in here and we'll answer it then. Okay. So that is it. You guys have a fun time. And until next week, you guys keep your ass out of the hospital because it ain't a place that's going to take care of your health. Actually, the opposite of healthcare. All right. So that's it, everybody. You guys have a good one. I'm Alvin J, the most passionate non-doctor on the internet. Remember, the links are below. And if you guys want to get the book, it's on Amazon. The link for that is below too. All right. Later, everybody. That is it.